A $65 billion fraud, thousands of victims, and a 150-year prison sentence. How did one man deceive the entire financial world for decades? This is the unbelievable story of Bernie Madoff. Bernie Madoff was born in 1938 in Queens, New York. Raised in a modest Jewish family, Madoff's early life was unremarkable. He attended the University of Alabama for a year before transferring to Hofstra University, where he earned a degree in political science in 1960. With just $5,000 saved from lifeguarding and installing sprinkler systems, Madoff founded Bernard L. Madoff Investment Securities, LLC. It started as a small operation but quickly grew. By the 1980s, Madoff was a prominent figure on Wall Street, credited with pioneering electronic trading and contributing to the development of NASDAQ, where he eventually served as chairman. For those unfamiliar with NASDAQ, it's a giant stock exchange in New York City, second in size by company value but busiest for trading activity. It's known for being the first fully electronic exchange. Leading NASDAQ is a prestigious position, and for Bernie Madoff, it was a major accomplishment that would later fuel his scandal. But behind the facade of success was a dark secret. Madoff's investment strategy was simple and devastatingly effective, a classic Ponzi scheme. Ponzi scheme is almost similar like pyramid scheme with some changes. Let's try to understand how does it work. So Ben is here to show us. To start off, Ben gets a few people to invest their money with him. At the end of the year, he gives those clients amazing returns that beats every other investor in the market. Needless to say, the investors are thrilled. In fact, they're so ecstatic about all the money they're making that they tell all their friends and family about it too. In the stock market, most investors make money some years and lose money others. But Ben's Ponzi scheme, it never loses money. In fact, it always beats the market by a huge margin. But the returns he pays to these people aren't from actual profits. He just takes the money from these new guys invest and gives it to these old investors. But as soon as you can't get enough new money from this group to pay these people, then the whole pyramid starts to crumble because they're not getting paid anymore. Ben and these guys who invested first made a killing, but these folks lost all their money. Now let's get back to Madoff. He promised consistent, high returns by supposedly investing in blue-chip stocks and options. However, instead of investing the money, he used funds from new investors to pay returns to earlier investors, creating the illusion of a profitable business over decades. Madoff's operation ballooned. He managed to attract billions of dollars from high-profile individuals, charities, and institutional investors. His reputation for consistent returns, combined with an aura of exclusivity, kept investors pouring money into his scheme. The global financial crisis of 2008 was the turning point. As markets crashed, investors scrambled to withdraw their funds. Madoff's scheme couldn't sustain the massive redemption requests. On December 10, 2008, Madoff confessed to his sons that his investment advisory business was one big lie. The next day, he was arrested by the FBI. The investigation revealed the staggering scale of Madoff's fraud. He had defrauded over 4,800 clients of an estimated $65 billion, the largest Ponzi scheme in history. Victims ranged from celebrities and prominent business people to small investors who lost their life savings. On March 12, 2009, Madoff pleaded guilty to 11 federal felonies, including securities fraud, wire fraud, and money laundering. In June 2009, Madoff was sentenced to 150 years in prison. Judge Denny Chin, who presided over the case, called the fraud extraordinarily evil and noted that the sentence was meant to serve as a deterrent. Madoff's victims were devastated, and many left without their savings or charitable foundations they depended on. The impact of Madoff's scheme was profound, shaking the trust in financial markets and regulatory bodies. The Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) faced intense scrutiny for failing to uncover the fraud, despite multiple warnings and red flags over the years. Reforms were implemented to improve oversight and protect investors from similar frauds in the future. Bernie Madoff died in prison in 2021, leaving behind a legacy of greed, betrayal, and financial devastation. His story serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked ambition and the importance of vigilance in the financial world. Subscribe for more in-depth stories and insights. Thanks for watching.